Good evening, everyone. I am Camille Rose Nario, and I am going to discuss the Enlightenment and the language. So, the Enlightenment. The 18th century was the age of the Enlightenment or the age of reason. So, the 18th century was a time when people valued reason, logic, and knowledge over superstition and chaos. So, kani siya nga period is ginatawag siyang age of reason tungod ang mga thinkers ga-emphasize nila or gina-emphasize nila ang rational thinking in philosophy, science, and society. One facet of the Enlightenment, the scientific revolution, began at the close of the Middle Ages and marked a profound change in thinking of natural phenomena as events with rational explanation rather than supernatural causes. So, the scientific revolution or the late Middle Ages to early modern period, gibag-o kung giunsa sa mga tao pag-understood ang nature. So, before this, events like storms or diseases were often seen as caused by supernatural forces. So, ang mga scientists dayon, nagsugod sila og observe or isugdan nila ilang observations, ilang experiments, and ilang reason para ma-explain ang natural events logically. So, the British Museum provides an online tour of London in 753, the year the museum opened, an indication of the interest in science and learning. So, the opening of the British Museum showed that people valued knowledge, culture, and education. So, ang museum were ways to collect and share scientific discoveries, artifacts, and also learning with the public. So, the online tour includes pictures of early manufacturing in the Industrial Revolution. So, ang museum also, wala lang sila atong nag-collect og mga scientific discoveries, but also nag-document sila about industrial progress and nag-reflect sila how science and technology were changing society. So, kano siya is nag-connect siya sa mga reason and learning to practical advancement, like for example, factories and machinery. So, the orderly nature of the world was no longer the medieval great chain of being. Instead, philosophers began to postulate that all men were created equal and with innate human rights, ideas which led to both the American and French revolutions in the 18th century. So, ang mga medieval nga mga tao, nagtuo sila nga or nag-believe sila nga ang hierarchical order where everything had a fixed place, like God, kings, humans, animals to plants. Then Enlightenment thinkers gi-reject nila ang rigid nga system in favor of natural laws and equality. So instead, philosophers began to postulate that all men were created equal and with innate human rights, ideas which led to both the American and French revolutions in the 18th century. So, Enlightenment thinkers gi-argue nila no nga ang tanan daw is born equal and has rights, like for example, liberty or property. So kani siya nga mga idea na impluwensyahan ang mga major political revolution, like for example, American Revolution, French Revolution atong 18th century. So, in literature, the Enlightenment appears as Neoclassicism, which literally means New Classicism and emphasizes order, symmetry, elegance, and structure in the arts, including literature. So, in arts and literature, the Enlightenment led to Neoclassicism. So, diri is nag-focus na ang mga tao on order, balance, and clarity. Also, inspired na pud sila by the classical forms of ancient Greece and Rome, and gi-apply na nila ang poetry, plays, painting, architecture, and music. As apparent in the term Neoclassicism, neoclassical writers, artists, and architects Look back to ancient Greece and Rome for classical forms featuring symmetry and geometrical precision in everything from poems to buildings. So, yung classical creators, gisundog nila ang mga geometry, ang harmony, and also rules of classical art. Like for example, dito is, ang mga poems had structured forms, and also ang mga buildings na sila yung mga columns and proportional designs. The next one we have the language. So the Restoration in 18th century was a time of standardization of the language or the English language. So during ani nga time, ang mga tao nagsugod sila og ginagamit na bitaw ang English regularly. Like ginagamit nila ang English sa spelling, also sa grammar, and especially sa vocabulary, gihimo na nila nga gamiton consistently. So kani siya nahimo siya nga ang mga writing and communication nahimo siya nga mas clear and more structured. During the Elizabethan age, Shakespeare created new words and new expressions, and spelling was erratic. So, diri si Shakespeare was created with language, inventing words and phrases. So, ang mga spelling, wala pa gyud siya na standardized bitaw. So, ang mga writer often spelled the same word in different ways. So, ang uban nga writer is ma-spell nila ang word nga parehara in different ways. So, in the 18th century, writers favored a more common sense, prescriptive approach to language. So, ang mga writers, mas prefer sila o magamit og mga rules and clarity kaysa sa experimentation. So, language was meant to be understandable and orderly, reflecting Enlightenment values. So, Dr. Samuel Johnson created one of the early and most influential English dictionaries. So, si Samuel Johnson or si Dr. Samuel Johnson, nag-compile siya og mga dictionary nga nakatabang sa pag-standardize sa English words og sa iyang mga meaning. So, iyang dictionary is very influential and very helpful siya. Nga nahimo siya nga reference for writers and scholars. So, one of the goals of Johnson's dictionary was to help create rules of grammar, usage, and spelling previously lacking in the English language, an idea in line with the preference for structure that characterized neoclassicism and with the scientific approach to all subjects typical of the age of reason. So, ang dictionary ni Johnson reflected Enlightenment values like sa iyang logic, sa structure and order in language. Also, similar to new classical literature which emphasized rules and harmony. Although the feudal system had long ago faded into the past, British society of the 18th century maintained a strict social class system reflected in the language. So, even though feudalism was gone, even if ang feudalism is wala na, ang society was still hierarchical. So, ang language reflected this. So, ang language ato sa una, nag-reflect siya ani. Upper class people, nagagamit og more refined or more formal nga English, while ang lower classes, nagagamit og simple nga speech. So, that's all for my part. Thank you and God bless.